in Paris, chatting to Arsenal fans. I mean, you're sat here, you're having a glass of wine, you're pretty chilled out. You feeling confident about tonight?
Just at the minute, I'm soaking up a bit of culture, in Paris. I'm pretty chilled about the game. The more I drink, the more I'm more chilled, We've arrived here today with a 1-0 loss.
I mean, it's not good, that, is it?
The 1-0 loss ain't very good, no, granted, I make you right. But, however, we come here in high spirits. Look, everyone's here trying to have a good time. I reckon we nick a 2-0 win. 2-0 win.
And did you see the game last night, Inter Milan? Do you fancy your chances in the final against them?
I do fancy my chances against Inter Milan in the final. It depends if Sommer pulls out another worldie like he did last night. Defensively, Inter Milan are very good. Better than Paris, I think. 100 times better than Paris defensively. However, Sommer, on the other hand, if you pardon the pun, he is a very good goalkeeper.
Now, you say that you're confident. I need you to make an actual case why you're going to win tonight.
Why are we going to win tonight? Because we're the Arsenal. We always win. Well,
Don't always win.
we don't always win. We never win when we need to. But if we go there with the mentality that we don't need to win tonight, we'll win.
Now, Mikel Arteta, if he does this and wins you a Champions League, the first Champions League that Arsenal will have won in its current form, statue on the way?
100%. I'll build it myself.
Can you build?
I can scaffold, barely.
Okay, well, you in the works, but you've got time to work on that, haven't you? Now, Martin Odegaard, your captain, not had the best season. Do you think that tonight is the night where he's got to really stand up and be counted?
100%. He's got to stand up tonight. He hasn't been very... Well, he's done a lot for us, but recently he's been a bit off the ball, hasn't he, really? But, however, he is Martin Odegaard, and he is our number 8, and I think he will pull through, and I think tonight's the perfect chance for him to pull through.
Now, finally, I don't want to be negative, but if things don't go to plan, if you don't win this Champions League trophy, but Spurs maybe do win a Europa League trophy, who has had the better season, be honest?
Oh, us, 100%.
They'd have a trophy, though.
Yeah, the Europa League ain't worth a carrot, is it? And I can't stand them lot over the other... Oh, I can't stand it. Let's not talk about Tottenham.
We've got Akil here, who is a board member of the Arsenal Supporters Trust. Are you feeling nervous going into tonight?
Nervous but excited. It's a semi-final of the Champions League, biggest club competition in the world. Just got to embrace it. Mikel and Declan yesterday spoke really, really well about making history, being part of it. So, of course, we're nervous because it's a big game, but we're excited. We're here. We're about to play one of the best teams in the world. Let's go and do it.
I want you to make a case for me. Why are Arsenal going to win tonight and go through?
Defensively, we've been really good over the last kind of year or so, 2 years even. We started badly at home against PSG. They got a goal, but we had chances after that. PSG they've got a historic they have choked at times. We all remember that Barcelona game when Unai Emery was their manager. So we went to the Bernabeu and won, so we've got a little bit of belief. I think that gave us so much belief. So if we can start well, get the first goal, then anything's possible.
Fancy your chances against Inter in the final?
Not thinking about that yet. Let's beat PSG first, and let's then see. Then it's another, as Mikel said, beautiful moment to look forward to. But it's all about tonight.
It was mentioned in the press conference about Martin Odegaard and the stick that he has been getting from pundits, from fans. Is this a night where he has really got to stand up and be counted?
It's an opportunity for him, absolutely. That's the great thing about football, right? You have a bad game, there's always a next game. And it's a massive opportunity. He's a great player. Yeah, okay. He hasn't had the best season. He's admitted that himself. But, it's a moment that Martin Odegaard can stand up and Martin Odegaard can deliver. And if he can, everyone forgets the last 6 months. They remember tonight. So absolutely.
And just work with me here. If you do win the Champions League, I know you don't want to think about Inter, but where does Arteta rank them? Because he gets a lot of stick when it comes to you guys finishing second. Do you think that will silence the critics, or you're always going to have critics?
Well, obviously it's a competition we've never won, so he will be the first ever Arsenal manager to win the competition.
Statue in the making.
Oh, possibly. But as I said, we're 1-0 down still tonight. We've got a lot of work to do, so let's see what happens.
And finally, if things don't go to plan tonight, but your North London neighbours Spurs do win the Europa League, who's had a better season?
I don't know, but you look at progression. Arsenal are progressing. Arsenal were 8th, 7th 5 years ago. They're now competing for like the biggest trophies, in the world. Spurs are 17th or 16th. Irrelevant. West Ham won a trophy a couple of years ago. We still managed to get Declan Rice off them. So it's an irrelevant question. I'm sorry.
First up, nervous or not?
Not. Pressure's
Going
not-
to the final.
Yeah, we're going to the final.
You'll
Got the
beat
rights.
Inter Milan.
Beat Inter Milan, 2-0, sorted.
Okay.
See you at the parade.
Are you going to have a parade for it?
Oh yeah, I'll be there with bells on, yeah.
If you do actually win this, Mikel Arteta, first manager to win it for you, statue on the way?
Oh mate, yeah, absolutely. A couple of them. One for Declan Rice as well, one for Ethan. Yeah, for sure.
Odegaard getting one?
We'll see. He's had quite a few weeks.
He's not had the best season so far. Do you think that this is a night where he's got to really stand up and be counted?
Well, they all do. I mean, that's the thing. They've all got to do. I don't care who does it. I don't care if it's one of the boys with double-barreled surnames on the bench we've never heard of who comes in and scores. As long as he scores, I don't mind. But yeah, it would be good to have him turn up tonight for sure.
So for Arsenal fans watching and people that are sceptical about you being able to turn this tie around, I want you to make a case why you're winning tonight.
Oh, mate, we've done it at the Bernabeu. This is nothing compared to that. Just a little club in Paris.
A little club in Paris. Yeah.
I hope PSG fans don't see this.
Now, if it doesn't go to plan, if Arsenal do not win this trophy, but Spurs happen to win the Europa League, who's had the better season?
Still us. I don't care about them at all, to be honest with you. I don't care. They can win whatever they want in that B-Tech version of the Champions League. I don't mind. I do not care.
First up, are you feeling nervous, be honest?
Nah, confident. We'll do it.
I need you to make a case for me though, not just because you feel confident. Why are Arsenal going to win tonight?
I think we're due a game like this. We're due all the moments we had this season. Things haven't gone our way, but I think this season's set up for someone to go our way this year in the Champions League.
And I don't know if you saw Inter Milan last night, but do you fancy your chances against them?
Yeah, I think it'll be hard. We lost them at the start of the season, but I think we played them. We had chances to score, didn't really create them, but I think if we get through tonight, obviously we'll play them, and the confidence we'll have from that, I think we'll take into the final. I think we'll do them.
Now, your captain Martin Odegaard, he's had a lot of stick this season. Do you think that tonight is the night where he really needs to stand up and be counted?
Yeah, definitely. I think as the captain of Arsenal Football Club, you've got to step up in games like this. And he's not been great this season. He's not been up to the best, but we all know he's capable of producing great moments, and hopefully he'll do one tonight.
And, there's a lot of talk about if you do lift this trophy, Mikel Arteta will be the first manager to win you the Champions League in this form. What's going to happen? Statue on the way?
Well, I mean, you have to wait to the end of his career, but I won't be past it. Anyone who wins the Champions League, I mean, you've got to be up there, really, so I wouldn't say no.
And finally, don't want to be negative, but if things don't go to plan, if you don't get to the final, but Spurs maybe win a Europa League trophy, who's had the better season?
Arsenal.
Why?
Yeah, they're 16th, they're fighting a relegation. Any other season, you don't have three teams that are as bad as the other three teams. They're in a relegation battle, so I'd rather be in our position than theirs, whether they win it or not.
Are you nervous going into tonight?
I think the answer should be yes, but weirdly not, no.
And do you fancy your chances against Inter Milan if you get past PSG?
I think they're a very good team in terms of the low block they play, which we've struggled against this season. But in the Champions League, we've proven that we can do it, so who say we can't?
Now, like you say, you're feeling confident. I want you to make a case now. Why are you going to win tonight?
Declan Rice playing in the 8. That's
And a few free kicks, maybe.
exactly. That's Partey back as well, holding the midfield down. Should be good.
Now, Martin Odegaard, he's had a lot of stick from pundits, from fans. Where do you sit with him, and do you think that this is a night where he's really got to show up for you guys?
I feel like the past few seasons he's done so much for us, we can't, turn on him now, in a sense. And he's a very good player. We've seen it, 22, 23, 24 season. The injury obviously the injury at the start of the season has messed him up a bit. But I feel like a few big games he can come back from it.
And if you do get to the final and you beat Inter Milan, Mikel Arteta will become your first manager to win the Champions League. Statue on the way?
Got to be outside the Emirates with the Henry, with the Bergkamp. Get him there.
And if things don't go to plan, if you don't win the Champions League, but that team Tottenham managed to win the Europa League. Who's had a better season?
Arsenal. I mean, in the sense that if they got relegated and won the Europa League, they're still in the Championship, can't win the Premier League.
You're closer to winning the Premier League than them, that's your argument.
Exactly. A lot of teams in the table that sing second again, there'd be anything to do second, wouldn't they? So